The modern economy loves consumers more than families. And once you see it, it's hard to unsee. A strong consumer is economically useful. They're moving, they're spending, they're upgrading, they're staying attached to markets for convenience, childcare, food, entertainment, social life, everything. But stable families and strong communities often function very differently. They share resources, they rely upon one another, they need less outsourcing, they consume less on an individual level. And because of that, modern life quietly became structured more around individual economic output than on collective human stability. That doesn't mean that anyone sat in a room trying to destroy family life specifically, but it does mean that the incentives moved in a certain direction for decades. Bigger houses farther apart and longer commutes, and two exhausted parents working full schedules just to stabilize basic life costs. Communities fragmented because mobility is rewarded more than, being rooted in your community. And people start feeling emotionally unsupported by the very systems we're told are creating progress. And what struck me in parts of Europe when I lived there wasn't that people rejected this modern life. It was that some of the places still preserved more infrastructure around ordinary human living. In fact, most of the places all over Europe. The public squares, the slow rhythm, the multi-generational closeness, less pressure for life to constantly expand in cost and complexity. And I do think a lot of people feel the difference emotionally, even if they can't fully articulate it. Because deep down, most people don't just want higher incomes. They want lives that feel sustainable and joyful to actually inhabit. This is part of something I've been mapping out more structurally lately, which is how financial systems shape that feeling of freedom, pressure, and everyday life, and how those systems can change your life on a daily basis.